How's it going, everybody? Brittney Slayes here from Unleash the Archers. So we've had a lot of speculation and fun theories and things like that about the new Soulbound music video. So I just thought it might be fun to do a bit of a walkthrough for you guys, explain what's going on, who's playing what character, maybe kind of give you some background on the story and what's going on, and just kind of let you in on some of the secrets and whatnot. It might be a good idea to go check out the music video before watching this video, just so you know what I'm talking about, and take a listen to the song on Spotify as well if you like, or whatever streaming platform you happen to use, just to give you some context and that kind of thing. And so Soulbound is the second single from our new album Abyss, coming out August 21st on Napalm Records, and we did a very in-depth, character-driven music video for it. So if you also are unfamiliar with the events of our 2017 record Apex, it might help to go take a listen to our track-by-track videos for that as well, and get caught up on everything that's happening. So just for some context here, in Soulbound, we are rediscovering the matriarch's sons, who were brought to her in Apex to be killed in a ritual so she could achieve immortality. So after the events of Apex, we weren't sure what exactly would happen to them, and this music video is a little inside look at the brothers, aka the Soulbound. So right here, the matriarch. So this is the first few scenes, of course, as you can see. And we're just kind of giving you a little bit of everything before really diving into the whole storyline of the music video. So that first shot there was the matriarch and kind of hanging out in her rain realm is what we called it. Then we got to see a character there that we called the acolyte, who's kind of being brainwashed, I guess you could say, something along those lines. And then here we have Scott, who is one of the Soulbound, one of the brothers. And yes, he looks dead because he is. So obviously that's me playing the matriarch in her human form, I guess you could call it. Just typical queen-like activities. Drinking Romulan ale in front of a window overlooking her kingdom. So that right there is the exact moment that she is learning that the immortal is no longer in his apex or in his mountain, where she had sent him at the end of the last record to await her need of him again. So we got ourselves a little bit of another shot of the matriarch in the rain realm, or the Soulbound realm. This is basically a mental realm where the matriarch has complete control over her sons, and she can command them there. And that's basically where she takes them when she wants to tell them about their next mission. Coming along the storyline side of things, after the ritual, when the matriarch became immortal, she also bound her sons' souls to her so that they would have to do whatever she says. When they were alive, they were not the most accommodating. And even though they did work for her, technically they were often on their own, pursuing their own power instead of, kind of doing exactly what she needed them to do. So as the Soulbound, they are now doing her work and basically carrying out her will throughout the land, helping her to take over and I suppose you could say conquer more places. So what we had there was Scott playing the politician's son, which would be on the Apex record, the song The Coward's Way, where we talk about the immortal taking this son away from his political realm, and this son tries to bargain with him and bribe him and basically cries on his knees at his feet and says, I'll do anything. Please don't take me back to my mother. She's going to kill me. And the immortal basically is like, well, I don't have a choice. So that's this one. The extra that we had there is just kind of playing a businessman who is, maybe selling them something, weaponry or secrets or, the plans to an enemy's stronghold, that kind of thing. Just something that's going to help the matriarch take over. And the politician's son doesn't really like what he's seeing. So we get our first glimpse of the soldier son there. The politician obviously is very holier than thou. So the soldier son is the one that does all of his dirty work for him, which we are about to see. So obviously the matriarch is very upset in that last shot. She's trying to figure out what to do to pursue the immortal and to make sure to bring him back into her, under her power. So, like I said there, the soldier son took care of the businessman there for the politician. The soldier son is the one from 10,000 Against One. He's a coward. He hides behind his army, forces them all to die in order for the immortal to finally reach him anyways, because the immortal is very powerful. So the soldier son basically didn't mind sacrificing 10,000 lives in order to try and get away, but didn't work, of course, as we know, and he was taken to the matriarch to be sacrificed and soulbound. So now he does what he's told. Here we have Andrew playing the cult leader, we called him, from the song False Walls, where we are introduced to this sort of silver-tongued wizard son who has created his own little religious cult following and isn't really doing what the matriarch wanted him to do at all. It was really more for his own self-satisfaction and his own hunger for power that he did this. So you'll see throughout the video that this son, who's one of the older ones, is resisting the matriarch as much as possible. And then here we have Adam, who was our director, who was nice enough to play the part of the acolyte as well, due to, of course, pandemic restrictions and whatnot. We couldn't have as many extras as we had hoped. So we had to keep it a tiny little production party. So Adam, while being a director, was also a part of the film. The attendant that told the matriarch about the immortal, that was Danny, also a director. So it was really awesome of those guys to step in and play a role for us when limitations were very much in play. So yeah, basically we have the cult leader's son bringing someone over to the dark side, is what I like to call it. He's going to either be a soldier or a servant or an attendant or some sort of piece of the puzzle in the matriarch's retinue to world domination. So just another job for his mother.
Raining of souls to phantoms that remain. These specters seem devoid of life, but there is something in their eyes. Refuse to see, they can't be saved. I pushed you forward from the grave, and their addiction to the blood once and for all. But who?
So that scene right there, basically she's holding the champagne glass in her hand, and bam, that's the moment we are now in the rain realm with the matriarch, or the soulbound realm, the mental realm. We called it the rain realm because we had to do a rain machine. As I'm sure maybe you know, maybe you don't, natural rain doesn't show up on camera. And also we weren't about to wait around for a night when it was raining. So Danny and Adam built a really awesome rain machine rig thingy for us. And we spent 8 hours basically filming in the rain for all of these shots. I'm going to say one thing there. The reason why Andrew looks behind him is because he can feel that the matriarch is there. Him being one of the older ones, one of the strongest as well when it comes to power and magic, he can sense when she's in the realm and knows that she's going to call him, and this is basically where he starts fighting her. So the politician, being the whiny one, is the first one to be pulled in. We had the torches kind of as symbolic items. So when I light the torch, I bring them into the mental realm. So the whole point of having the matriarch sort of kneeling in that realm is we were imagining it's like a husk that kind of sits there always. And that's where the matriarch's true form is in existence. And it just sits there and waits until she comes back mentally into that form from the form that she takes when she is in the real world. So that's why it's just kind of kneeling there, and then it like awakens once she has inhabited it. So politician son, first one to show up, first torch to be lit, and now she moves on to call the rest of them. So this is the soldier son now being called, and at first he fights it, but he's not very good at it, so of course gets pulled in right away. I should mention that this is Cam Saunders, Andrew's brother, who stepped in to do this role when Grant could not. As I'm sure you've probably noticed, there wasn't a lot of social distancing going on with this character. So in order to make it so that Grant wouldn't have to quarantine for 14 days after the music video, Cam stepped in here and did the character parts for him so that he wouldn't have to, because we did travel for this music video, and yeah, it would have been really unfortunate for Grant to have to stay away from his family for 2 weeks. So Cam was awesome. He stepped in and did the role. He's in Andrew's bubble, and so we all just kind of stayed away from each other as much as possible. But yeah, it was difficult. It was this whole thing was shot in 3 different places and times, and it, you know, we did our best with what we were given. And originally there was going to be, you know, a bit more going on, but you do what you can, and we made it work. So hopefully you guys like it. So now all three of them have been pulled into the mental realm. You saw that Andrew's hand there had gone kind of black. It was basically just like him fighting so hard against it that the blackness of the mental realm is literally taking him over. And I talk about the blackness a few times throughout the record. Basically, it's just kind of like, yeah, this mental place where the matriarch has complete control over you, and the immortal has to fight against it when he fights the Soulbound, and the Soulbound are completely consumed by it and lost within it, and it's just kind of this place of darkness where Apex was a place of light. This is the exact opposite of that. So yeah, now all three sons here are in there. You can see they've got the fully black sclera lenses in, which were incredibly painful. And Andrew's face in this shot is definitely not from the pain of being brought into the mental realm, but because those lenses were a major pain after about 6 hours. I think like we definitely maxed them out when it came to wearing time. By the end of it, we were all kind of just moaning and oh dear God, our eyes. So, but we thought it looked cool and it was definitely worth it. And you know, the things that you do for your music videos. So, right. Continuing on. Oh, one hilarious thing. That green laser in the back of all the playthrough footage was like a $30 Walmart laser, you know, the kind that you stake in the ground and then it shines up at your house at Christmas time and puts like just green or red dots on your house. Yeah, that was a last minute addition and it really did the trick. Pretty funny. Because we had it, the boys lit it up all cool and everything, and then they were kind of like, what's this? I don't know, like a Christmas laser? Like, let's use it. Just shoved it in the corner and it was awesome. Totally made those scenes kind of otherworldly, I think. But very, very much a fortunate accident. Right, so now all the guys are in the rain realm here and they're about to kneel before their mother. So once again, the cult leader's son fights it. He's not quite as under her influence as the other two are. And but eventually she is the matriarch and she does overpower him. And then, I don't know if you noticed the last little scene there, she opens her eyes again and she's basically shattered the champagne glass in her hand and her hand is all covered in blood. So she's kind of like, she didn't even notice it because she was no longer there mentally and now she's back. Anyways, yeah, so that's it. For those of you that know the Apex and Abyss lore, you're probably wondering why there are only 3 sons. And a big part of that was because I wanted something special to kind of be happening with the 4th son, who is the son from the song Earth and Ashes, the only one that was kind to the immortal and that understood completely what was going on and that the immortal had no control over, you know, his own fate and had to basically do what he was told because of the curse and went willingly. So, but what we discover is that the reason why she couldn't bind him is because he was still corporeally connected to the living realm, which is how we learn about the existence of his son and the matriarch's grandson and one of the main characters from Abyss, who will bring about the downfall of our villainous sorceress once and for all. So yeah, thanks so much, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, Abyss is out on August 21st. on Napalm Records. Make sure to check out our other music video that we have on the channel for Abyss. Quite a bit more straightforward. Basically, we just get sucked into a portal and battle the matriarch in a celestial realm. So, any other questions or theories, put them in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe so that you get a notification the next time we put up a music video, which should be coming up pretty quick here. So, thanks again so much for all your support, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the Soulbound video, and can't wait to see you all on our live stream August 22nd. Tickets available at ticketspice.com. See you next time.